Welcome to the Black Sitdown. This is the One Foot In podcast where we take 1 foot in to college football, the whole college football world, the whole college football realm. And today we're going to do a little pre-game of week 7, and we have some actual news to talk about at the end. And before that, I have a new segment. It's not new, but it has a new name to it. I like it. But before we get into that, I had something I forgot last podcast. At the end, I was struggling to figure it out. We had a countdown. I didn't beat the buzzer beater. And that was the Kyron Lacy situation. Kyron Lacy was an LSU wide receiver. Last year was a projected potential second, third round choice, potentially, but he never got invited to the combine. He had a pro day. But the reason he didn't get invited to the combine, even though he was talented, was because he had a pending vehicular manslaughter case that was hovering over his head, and he tragically took his own life months after that, and almost 2 weeks before the draft, and was unable to hear his name called. There's people like Ryan Clark who took over the post game of Monday Night Football and talked about it on ESPN to shout out him. Pat McAfee used this platform to talk about this because when this came out, there was social media, big media platforms was just saying and spreading this information that they thought was correct, and basically all these platforms, these people with big media outlets basically was scrutinizing his name, and that's one of the reasons he didn't get invited to the combine. That's one of the reasons he couldn't hear his name called. And this is a 20-year-old football player that just, from everybody I've talked to, is just a great guy. He had a lot of things on the field that people looked at and just scrutinized him for. He had celebrations where people were saying it was gun related, but people just don't know the culture of the dances in Louisiana. And when he took his life, there was a funeral held, and the lawyer that was on this case spoke at that funeral, and this is what he had to say.
It's plain. Can you hear it though?
What a life this kid led, right?
It's a little low. My fault, though.
My job often comes with meeting people at their darkest times. And in those times, a man has an opportunity to show his true character. And I can assure you, Kyron Lacy showed me his true character. You know what nobody knows about? Nobody knows that the first text I wake up to my birthday morning was from Kyron Lacy. Happy birthday, dog. Love you, family. Nobody knows that Kyron would just call to simply say thank you. You think any 24-year-olds I've ever represented in my life have ever picked up the phone to simply say thank you? Never. And you know what's most fascinating? That combine, right? He didn't get that opportunity, but he had the opportunity for Pro Day. And that text that I received about Pro Day from him was asking me to go. And initially, my first reaction is always, they've got to need something legally, right? I thought maybe you want me to entertain scouts about a situation. Not at all. He says, I just want you there, man. Hang out with the fam. You don't get those kinds of things from somebody with a low character grade. So to all those people who think they knew Kyron, I barely knew Kyron. But at his deepest, darkest time is when God chose for me to get to know him, and he proved himself daily. I needed Kyron to hold on for one day, one more day. But as you can see, God needed him sooner. So I say to Kyron, you go do your thing. He needed you more than we did. He certainly needed you more than I did for that Monday morning. But I can promise you this, as he always asks me, Mr. Matt, you got me, dog? Kyron, I promise you, I got you, dog.
Damn.
That shit sent chills
Damn,
down
bro.
my
I definitely got fucking goosebumps for that shit, bro. Damn.
And when he says, I just needed Kyron to hang on for
Well, one more day, bro.
a,
Damn.
a day before, the day before his case was going to go to a grand jury to see if he was actually going to get charged and fully go to trial for this or take a plea deal or, just move on with the case. he tragically took his life. In that moment, he drove down to Houston where with his brother and I think cousin. They live in an apartment in Houston, and he used a gun to forcefully shoot into the floor, and had the keys given to him by his cousin and brother. He wanted the keys, and after that, he took his car, drove, took police on the chase, and in the car took his own life. And that was something that wasn't really detailed, but the lawyer did an interview, was finally able to get the footage and basically put together everything to show the full story. The full story goes like this: Kyron passed up four vehicles that were in front of him in a two-way street. It was just two lanes. He wasn't supposed to do that. He wasn't supposed to cross over in two lanes. It was illegal at that point. But he got back in his lane about 70 yards before this collision would happen, and there would be a gold truck, and then behind that would be a white car. That white car, the gold truck would be going 29 miles per hour. The black box said this. It was slowed down because they thought Kyron was going so fast he wasn't going to be able to make it back into his lane. The truck was going the speed limit, so he was able to slow down and stay in his lane. The white car behind it was going so fast, and it was I think 46 miles per hour. The gold truck was going 29 miles per hour. The white truck would have to slow down, and she would be going so fast that she wouldn't be able to stop enough. So instead of going right where there's a ditch or like not oncoming traffic, she would swerve into oncoming traffic, killing a 76-year-old veteran in the other lane. And in doing that, and in that decision of her not going the speed limit, going over the speed limit, and making a dumb decision and swerving into oncoming traffic, killed an innocent veteran that had nothing to do with the situation at all. She would live, and Kyron would be charged with it was vehicular manslaughter, and the person that was driving that gold truck, the only person with some type of common sense or some type of I don't know, actually deserved his license, that was going the speed limit and was just able to stop and slow down, wouldn't even blame the green Charger, Kyron Lacey's car that he was in. He would say in body cam footage that the person behind me, I don't know what she was doing. She was riding my tail. It was her fault. And police and body cam footage would tell that said witness to write a statement implicating the green Charger. To hey, make sure you write the green Charger in there, and there would be a statement, and for that witness, and in that statement there would be no signature. He would redact his signature and not sign it, reject the signature, and in that signature or in that statement it would say there's a green Charger and exactly what the police wanted him to say, and he wouldn't even sign off of it because he didn't blame the green Charger. There was somebody on scene that was a semi that Kyron went in front of and got around. He on scene would say that the green Charger was at fault. That's where the green Charger came in. It wasn't even Kyron Lacey they was trying to go for, but he would blame the green Charger. So that just goes to show both sides of the story. But in my opinion, whoever was in that white car that actually hit the head-on collision, it's not Kyron Lacey's fault. You don't know how to drive. It's not his fault that you was going over the speed limit and didn't know how to brake or just use common sense and just swerve into the parking lot instead of oncoming traffic. So in this case, there's no justice. You can't really get no justice. Kyron Lacey already took his own life off of this. It's not hard to say that he went to Houston to go take his own life. He just wanted the keys to do it, and that's just what it was. This meant this hung over his head because his draft stock plummeted. He's just a kid. He had this hanging over his head, and now it's looking like police are telling people what to say in their statements. Hey, make sure it was overly emphasized twice in the statement when they went to go meet the the person that drive the golden truck. Hey, make sure you say the green Charger. He was like, it wasn't the green Charger's fault. Nah, make sure you say this. That's just crazy. That's unlawful. And Kyron Lacey isn't able to live his NFL dream. He's not able to continue to live his life. He's not able to get justice while he's here because he's no longer here. But the person that driving that white truck or the white car behind the gold truck is the one at fault, in my opinion. And I just don't understand how this doesn't make bigger headlines. Like I'm glad the media platforms that are posting it, but this is just insane because he got blamed because of his on-field celebrations and whatever. They think he's an aggressive guy outside of the field, but my tangent's over with, man. Long live Kyron Lacey. And the reason I wanted to bring it up last podcast and I forgot about it is when we was talking about the Miami game. CJ Daniels, CJ Daniels. He's a ex LSU wide receiver transferred to Miami this year. Scored 2 touchdowns in the game, and on his eye patches he said "Long live K2"
Oh
right in
yeah.
front of the camera.
Yep.
He was right in front of the front and center with "Long live K2."
Yep.
Shout out Jaden Daniels. Shout out Malik Neighbors. They're the ones that never tarnished his name. They was always behind Kyron through thick and thin. They knew he was innocent. And shout out the lawyer for sticking to his word at that funeral.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. And then you have the police trying to respond to the lawyer and trying to put their side of the story. It doesn't paint no better picture, bro. Kyron still isn't at fault in my opinion.
Yeah.
And again, the attorney, the lawyer responded to that video as well. So shout out the lawyer. But I just had to make that an emphasis at the start of the show. Now let's get into football. Let's get into week 7. We got a couple matchups, and then we got the new segment that I got in. This is One Foot In. This is the One Foot In podcast. My segment's gonna be the One Eye On. It's the games where you gotta keep one eye on because it's potential matchups at the end. And I got hella games to get into. So let's start with the first one. We got number 1 in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes. We run a Ohio State, the Buckeye Fan Film Room, Ohio State football podcast, and we talk about this game more in depth. VJ over there, he did his research. He knows what he's talking about when he talks about this number 17 fighting Illini for the Illabuck. VJ, what do we have to look forward to? You don't got to go into that. We got a whole podcast talking about it. Y'all can go.
We got the whole pod. Honestly though, I'm expecting definitely just a good challenge for the Buckeyes. I mean, the ranked opposition again. It's kind of like just bringing up. It's just a lot of narratives, especially with how people are judging. The Buckeyes' resume per se. This is just another top challenge. This is a very experienced squad. Solid offense, solid defense, good veteran cores both ways. It's just a good overall good matchup. This is a big noon kickoff, so it'll be literally to start up the game. You can't ask for a solid ranked matchup. So nothing more I have to say apart from that. Obviously, if there's more details and analysis on the Buckeye Fan Film Room, but overall, I expect this game to be a solid game. Obviously, I do expect us to win, but a good challenge. Can't complain. What about yourself, Rack?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, we already repeated. We already talked about everything all Ohio State Buckeyes related over there on the Buckeye Fan Film Room. But briefly, they wanted to face somebody ranked. Washington was supposed to be ranked, wasn't. You see what happened there. Now Illinois is ranked number 17. Will we face a ranked Penn State? We don't know, but we're gonna wait till November when that time come around. We're facing number 17 Illinois, fighting for the Illy Buck. Another hardware. To just hang in your room or something. It's been a while since we fought Illinois, I believe. Not a while, but I don't know. Illinois has never been, I guess, this high ranked, but whatever. When we face them. Now we're about to face number 17. Hopefully, obviously, I'm in the favor of Ohio State. I believe this is basically another test. If we haven't already been tested with Washington going to away, well, now we're facing a number 17 Illinois away ranked. So it's is it? You can say what you want. Well, they're not top 5. Okay, whatever. You want to see us face somebody ranked? Here we are. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Any final comments, Cam?
Omar protects the ball. He has no interceptions on the year. BD's one of the better Big Ten wide receivers. So look at him. See what plays he can make on the sideline or in the middle of the field. But I'm thinking the mid distance, the 15-yarders are the ones we need to worry about the most. If they throw it over top, I have no reason that Caleb Downs, Jermaine Matthews, anybody's gonna grab that ball or knock it down, get some pass breakups in there. But I think Luke's gonna protect the ball, and he should do that. He should against his secondary. For me, do we do predictions? I don't think we do. We do predictions on the Ohio State, the Buckeye Fan Film Room?
We did.
Yeah,
We did.
okay. Score.
Then we only gotta do it here. We only gotta do it here.
Okay.
If you want to know what we saying, we all vote for the Buckeyes. So go over there and lock it in.
Yep.
All right, let's head down to Missouri. Missouri, I think, has played all home games up to this point. They're coming off a bye week, so they were able to avoid the upset alert from last week, and thank God for that. But again, this is their 6th straight home game.
Damn.
6th straight home game, bro. That's kind of crazy, bro. And their stadium's in renovation right now, so it's funny to watch them. and they got Tuscaloosa. They got Alabama, the Crimson Tide in town. From Tuscaloosa. Number 8 versus number 14. Big matchup, and this really tests the waters of who Mizzou really is. VJ, what are we looking forward to?
Bro, this is such an underrated matchup, honestly. Missouri low-key has a high-powered offense. Their offense is clicking. I mean, Brew Prabula came from Penn State. He's a dog, bro. Obviously, dog.
Who's in that backfield?
I don't even remember. They just good. They all good.
The best running back in the country, Ahmad Hardy. Ahmad fucking Hardy.
Listen, when I watch Missouri, bro, I just love how they play offense. Their offense is just free flowing. Alabama, obviously, you know, they're starting to pick up some steam again. You know, they got 2 big wins against Georgia, and then they got one against Vandy. Got a good revenge game. This is such a good like overall like matchup to me. Surprisingly, I actually favor Missouri. I kind of like Missouri in this one. I think this
God damn it.
I kind of favor Missouri in this one. I mean, I like the matches from both sides, but just I like what I see from Missouri rather than Alabama, and especially since Alabama is kind of like there's still some things I want to see more about Alabama. It's kind of like we'll see what happens. I mean, it's still early in the season, of course, but you got a red hot, steamy Missouri undefeated right now. And you got Alabama, who's picked up hella steam from these past 2 games. So, well, what was you thinking, right?
Yeah. You might be on the Missouri side. I'm on the Alabama side. Even though they're going to be away, I believe that Alabama. This is where they're going to find their identity. This is where DeBoer make his name implement. Like, hey, I can hang. I might not be Nick Saban, but this is where I start my legacy with the Alabama Crimson Tide. He's gonna go to Missouri and he's gonna win. I hope he win. Obviously, beating Georgia. Obviously, we wasn't expecting him to beat Georgia, but he did. Obviously, then he got the revenge against Vanderbilt last week. Like I said, they face basically about to be back to back ranked opponents, and I don't see Alabama slowing down. Obviously, you know, Missouri not a team to sleep on. From what I heard, a very high offensive powered offense is what I'm hearing. But you know who Alabama have? They have fucking Ryan Williams. So with that being said, as much as I could see Missouri could possibly take this over Alabama, I could see honestly if Alabama come playing slow like they did against Florida, we could see a potential like the board those 2 wins was kind of a fluke. What happened to Missouri? You're in SEC play. Every team in the SEC is a team you gotta play at your fullest. You can't be sleeping on them. If you're sleeping on Florida, well, you're in the SEC now, so this means more. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. How about you, Cameron? Any final thoughts?
For sure. Ahmad Hardy, 730 rushing yards. He just came off a bye. Best running back in the country. Bo Pabula, if he could get his little dual threat action going, this is going to be a hard team to stop, even for the Crimson Tide. But Missouri, the best team they faced is South Carolina and Lenore Sellers. Yes, not the offense itself, but Lenore Sellers just by himself, pretty much. And they were able to beat them by 9 points, but that's their best competition they've faced so far. They haven't faced nothing like this, and that's what scares me a lot. But Ty Simpson, Jam Miller, I want to see what that backfield has for this Missouri up front 7, because Jam Miller is now getting started. He's warmed up the Georgia Vanderbilt game. He's ready to go. He came in. He's now locked in. But yeah, I really want to see what this Alabama team can do up against this front 7 in Missouri. And I think in the trenches is going to be where the game is going to be won potentially. And you got Ahmad Hardy on Missouri side. You got Jam Miller on the other side. So I really want to see what can happen there. And Bo Beulah, this is his first real test, in my opinion, and I think he can get it done. But just because VJ said he was going to go Missouri, I'm going to pick Alabama. I got Alabama with a 31-27 win against Missouri. VJ.
This could go many ways. I could see it being a bang for bang type of game, obviously with both offenses. But honestly, it's ironic to say it like that because most of the time when we have a high offense versus a high offense facing off against each other, the score is never that high. So it's funny enough. So it's like, how do I determine this? But I think it is going to be a high scoring game. I have 35-28 Missouri.
Okay. So yeah. So like I said earlier, what I said, I'm sticking with Alabama. Alabama's gonna ride their high right now I'm presenting they're hot on the iron. So with that being said, I got Alabama 35, Missouri 28.
Okay, simple like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on. We got potentially the biggest matchup of the week. I guess ranking wise, it definitely is. We got number 7 Indiana, their Heisman potential top 4 quarterback, and Fernando Mendoza goes to Eugene to face the other Heisman contending quarterback, and Dante Moore in Oregon at number 3. VJ, what are we looking at this game? Which one of these quarterbacks is gonna be able to shine more and get the win?
I think I want to say this first. This is honestly, whoever wins this is going to the Big Ten championship offer. They're locking it in, honestly, in my opinion. Because this is such a good matchup for both sides, especially. I feel like for Indiana, it obviously means more because this is just a high ride type of momentum game. If they win this at Eugene, they're riding high. I mean, they don't face us. They have Penn State later on, but it's like, how can I go? I do believe they might have Michigan, but I'm not sure on that one. But I do know they face Penn State later on. But Indiana, yeah. Do they?
Yeah, Indiana.
Do they have Michigan?
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah.
They don't have Michigan.
Oh, they don't. They don't have Michigan. Okay.
Nope. No Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Yeah, I mean, if they win this.
Oh yeah. Michigan don't face nobody. I forgot.
Yeah. Cupcake.
But yeah. Honestly, this is just if Indiana can pull this one off away against a high-powered Oregon offense and defense. Honestly, they rolling. This could be interesting. I think obviously for Oregon though, it's pretty obvious. I mean, they just beat Penn State at Penn State, the little whiteout. They went crazy. Overall though, I have to lean with Oregon on this one. I can't really. I haven't seen.
Spoiling it, bro. Why you keep spoiling it, bro? Because it made me like, bro, I'm gonna have to go the other direction now, bro.
Hey, that's for you to decide. Listen, I'm just going with fucking the PR answers to my head. But nah, yeah, I like Oregon in this one. I mean, it's just the way they look to me at least. It's just they're looking very high and mighty right now. They're on a good roll. So that's how I view it. What do you think your prediction is for this one, right?
We're not gonna get into predictions yet, but yeah, I mentioned this last week. The preview to this week was did I last week? No, I think I did. I was talking about it in the preview the post game of the week 6 game, and then I hinted at this game right here, the Indiana versus Oregon Ducks, or Indiana Hoosier versus Oregon Ducks. Sorry. Yeah, this is one of the games that I highlighted, obviously for a Big Ten play, but this is, I want to say Indiana, I guess you could say, is Indiana first real test, I guess you could say, but also it's just like, I love seeing Indiana this high up. They're ranked number 7 in the Big Ten. They're 5-0. You know, as far as I know, Indiana, they used to be a trash team. They became something last year. Obviously, they got tested by Ohio State, and you know, we had to put them in their place. But it seemed like Indiana is still on that high rise. Still, you know, hey, yeah, we might have lost last year, but the last year was not a fluke. Here we are, ranked number 7, 5-0, 2-0 in the Big Ten. But started to rain down on their parade. They got faced Oregon. Obviously, last year Oregon played Ohio State, and we were short by 1. So I definitely also have this in the favor of Oregon, but score prediction will be later. Well, after Cameron, final thoughts if you have any.
Yeah, Kirk Cignetti has turned around this Indiana program. I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. You're talking about Indiana used to be trash. He has a lot to do with that. Yep. But again, with these 2 Heisman quarterbacks, I'm seeing a whole lot out of this scoring wise. I just Indiana's got to do a whole lot to win at Eugene. And they just haven't proved that to me last year, and they haven't had that this year. But man, Dante Moore's look good. And we're talking about him in a first year starter, gonna go straight to the draft and be a top 5 pick. That's insane to me. That just shows how good he is. And Mendoza's right there with him in the Heisman votes. And I think this game is gonna shape up who might take that trophy home later in December. And this is gonna be a game that should be a night game, but it's 3:30 start time. You gotta tune in. You gotta watch this game if you follow college football, especially Big Ten. This is the one to watch. My prediction, I'm gonna have to go Oregon just because they're home.
Mm-hmm.
That crowd is nothing to play with.
Yeah.
Indiana seen nothing like that. I gotta go Oregon 41-34.
Damn, bro. Me, Cam's fucking score right close to each other. Fuck.
BJ.
That's pretty good score. I was thinking Oregon 34, Indiana 20.
I got the Oregon Ducks 42, Indiana 21. Nah, I give it 24. I give them 24.
Okay.
So 42, Oregon Ducks, Indiana 24.
All right. To the game that should be a ranked matchup. It should be ranked versus ranked, but Texas worst nightmares, DJ Lagway. We got Oklahoma, the Sooners, at number 6, going to Texas. Arch Manning has struggled the last all year. I can't even say the last couple weeks. John Mateer, we still don't know the status of him. The quote that was said was John Mateer has been gripping the ball, he's been throwing paws, and he hasn't faced a good on good. I think that's what the quote was. Maybe I'm misquoting it, but it's just all about is Mateer gonna play? Hawkins played in this game last year. That's their backup right now. So I don't know what that means. But John Mateer, if he does play, how good is he? I'm hearing a potential 2 QB set if everything goes like awry and we don't know what to do. But again, it's just hard to look at Texas and be like, this is the game where they're gonna flip the switch on offense. Is it gonna be this week? I don't know. The reason I couldn't pick Florida last week in the prediction to beat Texas was I don't know. I picked Florida and I haven't seen them been able to put it together, so I can't pick them. And then I voted for Texas, and it's like this week I don't know. I do not know. That Oklahoma defense is not to play about. And if Archer's gonna flip the switch, why would it be this week out of all weeks? Oklahoma's a top 3 defense. VJ, am I wrong?
Nah, I think it's a valid point. I mean, we still don't know what Texas got, honestly. It's still valid in my opinion. I mean, like realistically, Texas's quote unquote like change and uprise, maybe like how they should have looked better should have been after their bye week, but they lost to Florida. That was like, bro, what? So it's like it's kind of hard to judge it now. I mean, it's the Red River rivalry, so it's always a rival game. You know, like stakes are high. You know, energy's still flowing, but it's like, man, obviously, if John Mateer comes back, like some WWE entrance could be crazy. Who knows? Oklahoma could have a lot of steam and momentum, but even if John Mateer were to come back, is he even going to be 100% or at most 80? Like, hand surgery ain't no joke, especially on his throwing hand. Especially if it was on his other hand, okay, maybe you could work around it as a quarterback, but on your throwing hand, you have surgery on. Hey, we'll see on that one. For Texas, at least, their defense needs to step up. I think it's a defense game. Honestly, I don't see how this is like. If this is like a crazy shootout, betting odds are going out the window, bro. Because I'm not expecting any form of shootout from this type of game. I'm expecting tough, gritty defensive game. I mean, they both got good defenses. I think Oklahoma still has a healthier team in a sense, but hey, I mean, Texas might wake up and just say, "Fuck it, let's start trying now." So we'll see how that goes. What about you, Ray?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to be a little bit of a hater. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how ESPN got fucking Texas at 60.5% winning percentage over Oklahoma, but put some respect on Oklahoma, bro. John Mateer is about to come back like it's the Royal Rumble entry number 30. John Cena going against fucking Triple H, bro. You see that face fucking Triple H had looking at when he heard that fucking theme song hit, but that's how it's gonna be, bro. Arch Manning is not him, bro. I don't know why they got 60.5% win over Oklahoma. Hopefully John Mateer come back and shut this shit all down. Like I said, y'all said it. Why is Arch Manning flipping the script on the Red River rivalry? I'm not gonna lie. Arch Manning is not him. It's not happening, buddy. So pack it up. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I gotta say. This shit low key kind of irritates me seeing 60.5 win percent over Oklahoma. Yeah, right, bro. Fucking they are 5-0 right now. Texas 3-2. Obviously, one of them come from Ohio State, but you lost to fucking at that point fucking DJ Ugle. But now he got his respect. Got DJ Lagway. Got his respect back. And you shit fucking I don't fucking know, bro. This is making me mad. Cameron, final thoughts.
Texas is in a must-win situation.
Definitely.
They dropped to 3-3. We're looking at Sark. We're looking at Arch very differently. That basically eliminates them from the SEC championship and any type of playoff odds and any type of playoff berth they want. And with the back against the wall, you see what Florida did. They was able to take Arch out the equation and basically win that game. And from a tier, if he comes back, I don't give a fuck if it's fucking the 30, fucking Triple H is getting face fucked, whatever he was saying. I don't know what he was saying, but it doesn't. I don't know. Everything's out the window. This is a rivalry game. This is college football, bro. And in my opinion, if the only reason Texas wins, if it's in a gritty defensive game, I see Oklahoma. If they win, they're gonna fucking blow them out. They can blow them out, but Texas don't have that capability. They don't have that luxury. But Texas gonna have to find some running game, bro. There's no reason Arch. It's week 7. There's no way Arch should be leading the team in rushing yards, bro. That is insane to me. Like Oklahoma now has 2 backs that can get it done in Jay Knott and Blaylock. Like, there's no reason that Texas should win this game, and that's why I'm gonna pick Texas. I'm gonna pick Texas to win 21-17. John Mateer is gonna fucking, I don't know, fucking he's gonna to fucking take his draft stock, tank the Heisman fucking candidacy. He's gonna somehow lose this game. And we're just gonna blame it on injury, bruh. Oklahoma's 5-1. Hey, bruh, they just lost to Texas. They got a schedule, and they're allowed to fucking lose 3 games and damn near be in the playoffs because their schedule is so tough. They still have a tough schedule, and they could win out and fucking easily get into the playoffs. But Texas is on the back against the wall, bro. They got nothing to lose, and I think that's why Arch is gonna put on a clinic, bro. Arch is gonna put on a clinic, and the clinic's gonna be 21 points, bro. 21-17. And that's just what we get our rivalry games in college football. You know, I gotta go against the grain. VJ, talk to me.
Honestly, it is kind of absurd that the odds go to Texas, and I don't even like mind the Texas choosing because honestly, this is like I said, I see this being a close game. I see this like type of like a defensive gritty game, like I just said. So personally, though, I'm going Oklahoma, but there is not gonna be no damn blowout, no big game. It's gonna be 20-17 Oklahoma. That's what I'm feeling.
Yep. Like I said, I don't know why they got a 60% winning percentage. It's not happening. I got Oklahoma. Hopefully, John Mateer come back. Obviously, he got the surgery in his hand. Hopefully, he does well. If not, whoever the backup fucking quarterback is, hopefully he's able to, it's fucking Arch Manning. It's not happening, buddy. You're straight. If your defense hold it down, Arch Manning should be throwing sideways and damn near breaking his arm every time you throw that rock. Anyways, with that being said, I got Oklahoma 24, Texas 14.
Okay.
I do believe it is going to be a good
Manning
game.
just got to prove y'all all wrong on Saturday. It's
It definitely does. It definitely does.
Y'all didn't believe in Manning. I believe in Manning.
You're one of the problems. You are one of the problems.
Hey, bro. It's college football, bro.
I don't
He
give
didn't
a
get all
damn.
this hype for no reason, bro. He looks like he doesn't know how to play football out there most weeks. This week it's gonna be figured out, bro. Sark and Arch is in the lab, bro. I'm telling you, bro. They're gonna be able to get it done. And I know ball, bro. 60-40, that's generous, bro. That 60-40 odds, generous. Moving on. We got the one eye on. This is games you need to keep one eye on for potential upsets, for potential playoff busters, playoff berths being birth, I guess. But these are games that there's a couple games in here that we could have talked about more in depth. But I feel like we're just rotating the same teams. But this isn't the this right here isn't the game we're talking about in rotation every week. We got USF, that one team that was ranked pretty high at one point, is still ranked. They're 24th. They got blown out by Miami and Carson Beck. You know that guy. But they're taking on a 5-0 North Texas Mean Green. They're 5-0. They potentially get a playoff berth. Just by winning out. They don't have the toughest schedule, and they're looking really good right now. Mestamaker, their quarterback, is a freshman, and he's looking real good at it. Again, one of the only quarterbacks in college football that hasn't thrown an interception yet. But USF, it's USF, bro. They should be able to get this shit done. But North Texas can make this close and maybe pull out, just like USF did with who did USF do that to? I don't know. But USF is known to win these close games. But I'm just saying, if North Texas can do that they can. Who's that? Florida, yeah, good old Florida, man. 3 losses in a row. But yeah, this is a game just keep an eye on. It's gonna be a night game, on Friday. So if you're not watching anything, watch some college football, watch USF. Moving on to the other Central Florida team. We got UCF. They're on a 2-game slid, and Cincinnati just beat a ranked Iowa State. So yeah, good luck to Scott Frost and UCF. It should be a 3-game slide, but look to see what they can bounce back with. I'm not a fan of Taven Jackson. I think he's just not fit for what UCF's trying to get going on. He just needs to develop more. But sort of he's ready to take that and take this Big 12 by the neck and run all the way to the championship with it. And then we got Iowa State. They're trying to bounce back, and they're gonna do it on a blood clot filled Deion Sanders. He got his surgery done and didn't even miss practice. I heard. So shout out Deion Sanders. But yeah, you're gonna be 0-4 in Big 12 potentially. Most likely, Iowa State is trying to make sure they don't skid too far down the Big 12 ladder. And this is one of them trap games that could happen. It's at Colorado. Moving on, we got the Tech versus Tech. We got Virginia Tech. They fired their coach in week 3. But yeah, they're looking pretty good after that. They're 2-1. They lost to Wake Forest last week, but beat a good NC State team the week prior. Georgia Tech is ranked 13th. They've been able to get things done. And talk about close wins with that UCF team, the USF team. Georgia Tech was able to walk it off on Clemson. Clemson's not good though, so how much does it matter? Haynes King is still that guy. 1,000 scrimmage yards altogether. But Drones for Virginia Tech has been doing his thing quietly. The 9-4 TD to interception ratio isn't the best, but we'll just blame it on coaching. But again, this could be one of them games that Georgia Tech could struggle with if they don't come correct. TCU versus Kansas State, the battle of the purple. TCU's trying not to get upsetted, but Avery Johnson and company, Jace Brown and his high-powered offense, I don't know if you want to call it high-powered, they're looking to try to stop what anybody in the Big 12 got to say, try to just spoil everybody else's season because their season is cooked. They're 2-4, and they bring TCU into town, and that experienced Josh Hoover quarterback for TCU is looking to continue his push for the playoffs. NC State at Notre Dame. Again, I just talked about NC State losing a couple weeks ago. They just beat who they beat. They beat like a Campbell 56-10. So they're coming off back-to-back losses and then a Campbell win. And now are facing Notre Dame at Notre Dame, the number 16 ranked team in the country, and this is a must-win for Notre Dame. But I just think it's going to be interesting to watch. And Notre Dame should dominate, but NC State can make it close. Big Ten matchup. We got Nebraska at Maryland. Maryland just lost at home. They bring Nebraska into town. Nebraska should be ranked, but I don't know why they're not getting the respect that they deserve. Maybe it's because Dylan Raiola is trying to act like Patrick Mahomes. I don't know, bro. I'm seeing him unlock new emotes every week of Patrick Mahomes and shit, bro. It's getting crazy out here. But Dylan Raiola is going to have to continue to act like he's Patrick Mahomes on the field because Malik Washington's looked very good even in the loss. But that offense, they can't be struggling in the second half like they did against Washington because Dylan Raiola is going to make you pay. And that pass rush still needs to continue to get through and get to Dylan Raiola because if you let him cook, he's going to burn the whole kitchen down and not in a good way or not in a bad way, I guess. Arkansas at Tennessee. Tennessee, I think they had a bye week as well last week. They were able to avoid any conflict, any upsets. But Taylor Green, the senior quarterback for Arkansas, is trying to spoil their season. Arkansas is 2-3 now. Fired their head coach. Now they got a new head coach in, and they're trying to go into Tennessee and win. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's just to win the match to see how good Tennessee and this offense can be. And I think Tennessee's offense is pretty good. But Tennessee lost to Georgia early, but they're kind of going unnoticed for the moment in the SEC. But you're going to see them ranked top 10 one of these weeks and be like, damn, I forgot about that team. Yeah, they're still doing their thing. Florida at Texas A&M. This game could have went more in depth in, but Texas A&M, we know how dynamic that offense is. But Florida, back against the wall, Billy Napier trying to extend his job. He already has things in boxes. It's just any week it could happen, But that's just what it is. He might have to unpack a couple boxes, take a shower, or maybe cook something on the kitchen because he might be able to get this Texas A&M upset. I really feel it. I really feel like if we get the Florida team that we had last week against Texas. Man, Texas A&M could struggle. Texas A&M, again, with a dynamic offense, they're trying to just continue to win out because at the end of the season, They could be one of them one loss, two loss teams, but you don't want to slip up this early against a Florida team when you have more ranked opponents down the line. So shout out Texas A&M, shout out Billy Napier, shout out DJ Lagway. This is going to be a hard win, and you got to go to College Station to do it. And it's a night game. Good luck. Kansas Jayhawks, Jalen Daniels versus Morton out of Texas Tech, a top 10 matchup. This could be something I could see on upset watch. Because of how good I think Kansas offense can be against this Texas Tech defense. The defensive line should make it hard for Jalen Daniels, but he's an experienced quarterback. He doesn't really let the pressure get to him, but let's see if that pressure gets to him. And Texas Tech, they're buying in. That run game, I don't think it's going to be stopped. So if you get that two-headed monster going early, they can run away with it. But Kansas is not a bad team at all, in my opinion. They're 2-1 in Big 12 play, trying to make it 3-1, but they got to go to Texas Tech and do it. It's going to be very difficult. We got some more SEC action. Number 10, Georgia. Yeah, that team lost to Alabama. Is now going to Auburn and facing a Jackson Arnold-led Auburn team that is still trying to put things together and struggling on offense while they do it. Again, I think they pretty much had a bye week last week, and they were able to avoid another loss on their schedule, but they're 0-2 in SEC play. And Georgia, that defense hasn't shown me a whole lot yet, but this is the game where, hey, that offensive line for Jackson Arnold makes it tough for Jackson Arnold to do his job. But you got a Cam Coleman to throw to if you're Jackson Arnold. But Georgia should get home. They should be able to sack Jackson Arnold half the times that what's it called did. Who they play? Who did Auburn play in it? Oh, Oklahoma. Yeah, the top three defense. Georgia should be able to get home a couple times and make it hard for Jackson Arnold, just like every other team does it damn near in the SEC. But Georgia, again, I want to see Gunnar Stockton. I want to see this offense actually do something on this decent Auburn team. And again, I think Georgia were able to beat Kentucky last week and look pretty good doing it. But again, Gunnar Stockton threw an interception. I'm not going to say that's going to happen this week or nothing like that. But again, Auburn team is just looking to disrupt anything going on in the SEC. They're one of the teams that 3-2, 0-2 in SEC play. And yeah, disruption is all they care about. But it can't happen. It can't happen. That offense hasn't showed you much, but this bye week should have shown you something if you are Auburn. Moving on, this is a game that a lot of people should be watching in the Big Ten because this could dictate who goes to the championship potentially. We got a 4-1, number 15 Michigan going at USC with a 4-1 USC Trojan there to meet them. Bryce Underwood, Justice Haynes, that's all I need to say for this offense. McCulley's looking like he's breaking out. But this USC offense, we kind of know what we got from them, but this is one of them games that it's not a must-win for USC, but you really want to see them at least compete at a very high level. And this Michigan offense is Justice Haynes and Justice Haynes only, and they got a great front seven that I think can disrupt Justice Haynes, but how much can he do? I don't know. Justice Haynes the monster. South Carolina at LSU. This is a game where these two quarterbacks on both sides were supposed to be top 5 picks. Lenore is still looking like that guy, but he's kind of by himself at this point. Again, they're going at LSU. They're going to have to play at night, and it's going to be a struggle. I'm not going to lie. But again, what does this LSU offense have to offer? I don't know. South Carolina, Lenore Sellers is king. That's all you got to know. But Nussmeier, I need Nussmeier to lock in and act like he cares about football. I know his dad cares about football, but holy shit, bro. He needs to lock in. This is supposed to be the best wide receiver room they've had in years, and I don't see it, bro. I do not see it. I don't know what's going on. I want to blame the run game, but man, these are like two shitty offenses going up against each other. It's going to be defensive battle, hopefully. But yeah, LSU should be able to pull this one out. South Carolina isn't the best, but South Carolina is trying to avoid going 3-3 on the season. That's tough. And I think South Carolina and LSU were both off a bye, if I'm not mistaken. So that tells you a lot. Now we move on to BYU into some Big 12 play. BYU number 18 goes to Arizona. Fafita's a pretty good quarterback. He makes the offense go, and they're hosting BYU and Bear Bachmeier. He's a freshman quarterback. I know they got a 5-star quarterback that's going to be there in a couple years, but Bachmeier's the one holding it down right now. And that their running game, that offense has been elite because of Bachmeier. And they're 5-0, 2-0 in Big 12, and number 18 in the country. They're going underrated right now because they don't got the crazy big wins. But man, Their Big 12 schedule to end off the year is going to be crazy. They faced a couple ranked teams. It's Arizona, Utah, Iowa State, Texas Tech, TCU, Cincinnati. Like, those are all teams that only got, I think, one loss each, if they have a loss. But yeah, that just goes to show how crazy BYU's schedule is, and their best win being Colorado isn't the best looking. That's why they're 18th. But this is a freshman quarterback we're talking about. So shout out him. Arizona State still staying in the Big 12. I go in chronological order, so when we have the Big 12 games at night, it's because they start at fucking 10:30 and 10 o'clock. I go in chronological order in this, but we got Arizona State, the Sun Devils, going to Utah. Utah's only lost to number 9 Texas Tech a couple weeks ago, and Arizona State's loss is, what was it, Mississippi State? They got upset in that game in week 2, and people have really fallen back on them, but they're ranked. Utah isn't, and I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Pierre. I say that a lot. I don't think he could throw over 25 yards. Like, I have more arm strength than him, unfortunately. But Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson on that offense can make any game for Arizona State winnable, in my opinion. But again, Utah's offensive line, they got 2 potential first-round picks on that offensive line, which is crazy to me. But yeah, they make Dan Pierre's life a whole lot easier, but Dan Pierre's potential isn't that great in my opinion. I expect Arizona State to pull this one out, even at Utah, but it's going to be very tough at Utah. And again, Dan Pierre versus Levitt, and then you got Tyson over there too. Can Dan Pierre make that Utah offense going? And I think this potentially a close game, and Utah, if they do win, they're going to have to squeeze it out at the end. That's the only way I see it going. And now we'll conclude the one eye on segment of the video of the podcast.
WWW.
Take your notes.
I didn't take notes. I did not.
Wow.
I did not. But I will have one thing is though. What do we think about the UCLA versus Michigan State game? I know it's not on here. I mean, obviously, with UCLA doing what they did to fucking Penn State, I was curious on who they was facing this week. So
smell that?
Yeah.
Smells like shit. It smells like dog shit on the field. That, like, this might just be a fun game because people are just gonna be slinging it. But Aiden Childs is still in development. He's like a junior, bruh. I feel bad for Michigan State fans having to watch him every week. Nico Iamaleava, if they get a win, whoop-de-doo, bruh. They're 2-4, bruh. Michigan State should be able to handle business and win and become 4-2. But yeah, it smells like shit over there, bruh. Especially in Michigan. East Lansing and shit.
All right. Okay.
VJ, would you agree?
I don't even want to talk about that game. I'll be honest with you. That game is that shit is such a throwaway, bro. I'm like, dude, it is what it is, bro. I mean, I don't know. Nico, Mike Vick 2.0. Who knows what's gonna happen? Aiden Childs might have a legacy once a season type of game. I don't know. Well, whatever happens.
All right, more to a depressing topic. Former 5-star number 1 wide receiver in the class of, was it 2020? Julian Fleming. He played for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Transferred to the Penn State Nittany Lions. I think last season he was on their team. He wasn't very productive. Had a lot of injury issues. Just was stuck in the log jam at Ohio State in the receiver room that it is. Tried to go to Penn State to kindle that fire. And he's from Pennsylvania. He wasn't able to get it done. And then during the summer, him and his girlfriend got into an ATV accident where her life was lost. A deer ran out in front of the road, and he was very badly injured. And the girlfriend ended up losing her life. And now, after a couple months, he is looking like he's going to be facing the charges and repercussions of that. He's going to be charged with vehicular manslaughter. They didn't wear safety equipment, no helmets, I'm guessing, and yeah, pretty depressing. This is a guy that, like, I think had some NFL calls after he went undrafted. Didn't really do much with it because I think he failed some physicals and stuff. But yeah, pretty depressing. Do you have any comments on it? Oh, and he was drunk, by the way. Like,
yeah. I'm about to say that was the main. Yeah,
over the legal limit. Yeah. I feel like I was missing something. Yeah.
Yep. That was the main thing. He was under the influence. So, like I said, man, if y'all under the influence, just stay away from any vehicles, bro. Just do the world a favor, and not only yourself, but the world. You're doing everybody a favor. Just stay away, bro. Just go ahead, just sleep on the side of the road or something, bro. Yeah, Julian Fleming coming from Ohio State, man, this kind of hurt because, yeah, he was stuck in the depth chart, and it just, he was a 5-star. He got hit with injuries, and then obviously we reload every season, so injuries do not help. You do not have any place to be getting injured if you're a receiver in the Ohio State room. If you get injured, you're damn near looking like you're about to transfer. You better hope you're Jeremiah Smith, because if you're not Jeremiah Smith, you might not even see the chance to play. You might play punt return, kickoff return. That's the most PT you about to get. But then again, you got to just see. You got to make the best of your chances. But yeah, this hurt from a Buckeye fan, because obviously Julian Fleming, he whenever he did play, he did his part, and obviously he was always solid. He always did his part, and I really wish this wasn't the direction his career is going. Well, his life is going to now. His life, not even career. It's his life. How about you, VJ?
Nah, it just sucks. Oh, I mean, obviously, like you just said, like, don't touch a vehicle. Don't even get near a vehicle. Like, in terms of driving it, if you're drunk or something, don't stay away from that. No reason to put yourself and others in harm. And I mean, kind of just relapsing what you just said again, like, bro, it sucks being an OSU fan, because when he came here, number one receiver, we were on that train to just number one receiver. Unfortunately, injuries got in the way. It was always something, an injury. That junior year, when he had that breakout, it was cool. It was great, But then, unfortunately, he just kind of fell back senior year, and then he kind of redshirted that year, came through, played that 5th year in Penn State, didn't do much either, and then his whole situation after that happened, and it just sucks, man. So it's unfortunate to see, like, a name like him, like, who obviously, like, Buckeye fans would know, because when he came here, he was definitely he was pretty widely talked, especially being number one wide receiver coming out of his class. So it just sucks being in that situation for him. I mean, his life is borderline, like, being halted right now, pretty bad. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, he has to deal with the consequences of killing his girlfriend. Like, he had injuries. He stayed in the hospital, and now he's being charged with everything. The charges are homicide by vehicle, driving under the influence, and aggravated assault. He was held on. He was given a $75,000 bond that his family plans to pay, according to Fleming's attorney. So, yeah, that's gonna be something he's gonna have to just deal with by himself and his lawyer, bro. This is something that you can't involve other people in. Unfortunately, it's just his situation, bro. It's just very unfortunate, bro. This dude, like, he was everything coming out of high school, bro. He had immense amount of potential, bro. And I don't know what happened, like, why he couldn't get on the field. Like, I was obviously injuries the first 2 seasons, but that breakout year, and then even last year with Penn State, it's kind of like, if you couldn't, like, Penn State didn't have the best receiver room last year, and you couldn't even, like, do anything there. It's kind of, like, just insane to me. It just looked like a guy that was going to be like J-Mo, leave Ohio State and then be a star at Alabama or be a star at Penn State, but it didn't happen.
Well, he went to Penn State.
Very sad.
No wonder it happened. But you going to fucking Penn State, bro? You going to James fucking Franklin, bro? I think he set himself up for that.
But, okay.
All right,
Okay,
my fault.
Yeah, like Drew Adler's a bum.
Okay, I don't think it's Drew Aller. I think it's James Franklin. But yeah.
Type shit. Moving on to more, happy topics, I guess, depending on how you look at it. LSU signs a multi-million-dollar jersey patch deal before NCAA approval. And this is coming because NCAA is looking to add jersey patches to most college jerseys. Like, they're just trying to, like, I guess, fucking soak up in the revenue, bruh. And now it looks like LSU got one on the table, and they're ready to cash in. So now we're gonna be fucking seeing fucking Affleck on your favorite jerseys and shit, bruh. I just hope it looked cool, bruh, and the colors can coordinate with the team. I don't know, bruh. That's really all I ask for, bruh.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
for sure. Whoever got the most money, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a fucking Microsoft logo on my shit, bruh.
Yep.
Different colors and shit, bruh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know. I always like the the sponsors or whatever on jersey for whatever reason. I don't know.
Not basketball jerseys. Basketball jerseys irritate me, bro. Because they just be the most random shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I feel like I don't know. It just.
What the fuck is N for? What the fuck is N for? Why is it on my Kilo logo, bro? Like, look at this one. It at least matches, bro. My Melo jersey, like.
Yeah, it might not.
What the fuck is this? Fucking look at this shit, bro. Fucking FedEx? I understand it's the FedEx Forex. I'm like, bro. This is why I hate it.
I mean, you can't ignore it, bro. I feel like it's like I don't know. It's like, what do you want to do, bro? You got to think about that company has their own branding as well, so it's like they can't change their own
Everybody
brand.
gotta eat, bro.
Everybody do got to eat, so it's like
Everybody knows I'm with the FedEx because it was on my what the fuck was it called, bro? My fucking John Morant jersey. Great sponsorship, bro. No offense, bro. DJ, you care about this shit?
I mean, honestly, I didn't even know about it till today when I took a look at the whole lineup for the segments that just
Really?
laid out here. But yeah,
Damn.
I really did not know. I took a look at it. I was like, oh, I didn't, because I knew about everything else, but I say LSU. I'm like, what's going on with the LSU thing? Check it out. I'm like, oh, that's cool, I guess. I mean, it's just money at the end of the day. Like, school's making the money. They getting their things.
Okay, if you had to pick one, do you like sponsor on jersey or do you hate sponsor on jersey? If you had to pick one, no in between.
Personally, I do not like it. Personally.
Okay.
But as long as it's not something like stupid to put on there, I don't really mind.
Stupid.
But like listen, like
Yeah,
listen, if we putting a fat ass sign on my damn chest that says fucking, I don't know, T-Mobile, yeah, we get the hell out of here, bro. I don't know, just some random like I feel like the placement matters, obviously, but I personally don't. I don't mind, but I don't really care. I personally don't want to see it, but it's like, if it's there, Like, honestly, if anything, it might add value later on, just because like that might be a once a time type of jersey, in the future. But personally, I don't care.
Going off
You
like,
got that Microsoft Nussmeier jersey? Nah, I need that, bro. I need the Microsoft Nussmeier jersey.
bro, nah, imagine that, right? Microsoft with the Nike, with the playoff, and then with the fucking, I don't know, the Rose Bowl patch.
Logo.
Captain
Bro,
logo,
Captain logo.
graduate logo. Holy shit.
Bro, I was about to look at this shit, bro. Because I'm like, bro, a lot of these jerseys with the Captain logo look so stupid on a lot of jerseys, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Mateer shit, his shit's like the most, like, best placed Captain logo. But a lot of these Captain logos on a lot of these college football jerseys are terribly placed, bro. So I don't know where these are gonna go. I'm gonna see a fat ass fucking Microsoft logo in the middle of your chest, bro. Like, I do not want.
I think the logo's gonna go under the jersey brand. Like if it's Adidas, right? Like for example, if like this Nike, I think it's gonna be right here, because like the other
They
side.
put it wherever they want, bro.
I mean, yeah.
They paid for it, bro.
I mean, the other side, because it's like uses like Captain,
sense,
Graduate, and other like the Big Ten logo, the SEC Graduate logo. So it's like that's all the right side. I think it's literally gonna be right here, in my opinion. I think if I had to pick a spot, because there's no way they're about to put it with the rest of the school shit. Fucking SEC Graduate.
Jerseys are different, bro. Every jersey's different, bro. I seen the Captain logo on this side, it's everywhere, bro.
Yeah, it is. They usually shoot it. Yeah, but we'll see.
All right, we got a tweet from Ali Kanali. Funny ass name, bro. I don't know. He tweeted out basically that Bill Belichick and UNC is trying to look at a potential buyout. Bill Belichick basically wants to have another job basically and secure that buyout. He doesn't want to do the buyout if he doesn't have another job lined up basically. And UNC is investigating his recruiting tactics and shit. They're basically trying to like, hey, we don't want to pay you all this money to get out of here. We are doing an investigation on your recruiting, and if we can prove that you did something weird, we basically want to undercut you. We want to pay you half, whatever number we say. And this is also coming around where USC just suspended their cornerback coach. Funny enough, so there's that going on. So basically, Chapel Hill is basically in shambles right now, and I think this week, or I think. Hang on. UNC's on a bye this week, and then now they continue this season after this week. But the 2 week is like something that was said in the tweet, like, hey, in the next 2 weeks they're trying to do this buyout. I don't know what people expected, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Gio Lopez is trash at quarterback, bro. They had to start Max Johnson last game. I don't care if he was injured or not. Gio Lopez is not a good quarterback, or at least not in Bill's system. But They wasn't they were just expecting like fucking undefeated season or ranked season from the Tar Heels immediately. I there's growing pains, bro. This dude fucking played in the NFL for most of his fucking life, bro. Maybe it's his girlfriend. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it, bro. I don't fucking know, bro. There's a lot going on in Chapel Hill, bro, and I heard a lot of the coaching staff is like they've been in the dark in the last couple weeks about communication and shit. That was also along with this tweet. I don't know what's going on in Chapel Hill, bruh. The quarterback coach is now suspended, and it's looking like a whole lot going on, a whole lot brewing. And it's just crazy that, like, yo, like, did they sign a 10-year deal? Wasn't there like a 10-year deal or some shit?
With
It
Bill
was so
Belichick?
crazy.
I,
It was a
I
long.
remember it was. I remember it was a good deal. I don't know about how long and stuff. But I know it was a good ass deal for him.
I'm not. Maybe I was on the wrong side of the internet, but I see the post saying Bill Belichick said, nah, he's locked in with UNC. He said he basically just like cuts off the rumor, like, nah, I'm locked in with UNC. I don't know if that was just me.
Yeah,
At least
both
that's what I
parties
see.
said that. Yeah, both parties, UNC, I think confirmed like where like I forget what word they quoted. But they was backing them.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's true, what's not, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe this tweet is fake, bro. I don't want to fucking make some out of nothing, bro. But bro, UNC's like 2-4, bro. They're not looking like they're about to do anything else for the rest of the season. They should be looking for a bowl game.
Yeah.
But Bill, whatever his recruiting tactics are, bro, he needs to continue it on, bro. This is a 5-year deal. The first year in, bro. Like coaching staff was expecting to play in the playoffs, bro. Like, what type of expectations are these? It sucks because Clemson's having a down year right now, and it would have been a perfect opportunity to take advantage of that. But yeah, this is growing pains, bro. This is gonna be a process. You should be there for the long haul, bro. That 5 years when it's up, bro, you should be having winning records, 10+ win seasons, hopefully. But bro, not in the first year, bro. We're hearing this after 6 games. Like, that's insane. Moving on. You know my favorite. I'm a parlay builder. I'm a gambler. The NCAA is officially moving to let college athletes bet on pro sports. Shout out Preem. I follow him on Instagram. Get shout outs because I'm using his post. But he does a lot of accurate reporting when it comes to things like this. And basically, they're making college athletes be able to bet on pro sports. I think the first comment is the best analysis. A swimmer can now bet on the NBA, bro. Like, they weren't able to do that back then. I guess now, but that's gonna take an effect if it's passed and everything goes through November 1st. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's obvious, like, hey, I'm not gonna hit up Jaden Daniels if I'm fucking Nussmeyer and be like, oh, how y'all feeling about y'all game plan this week? It's not gonna. There's no insider trading, bruh. Like, y'all are gonna look stupid if y'all try to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to look at it from all ends, bruh. Like, obviously you can't do that shit, bruh.
Yeah.
How we feeling, bruh?
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
about to run up that bag.
well, he about to be selling people back. If anything, shit, he
$1 million parlays a week.
shit. He get,
That NIL money going to the gambling.
bro, it's gonna be how many picks he thrown this game, how many TDs thrown this game, how many fucking rushing yards he get in this game. Damn, how many fumbles, how many sacks he about to get. Arch Manley gonna run the back for somebody. Goddamn, somebody might hit everything on Arch. I'm not gonna lie, they might live off of him. No cap. But I don't really got nothing. This is great, I guess. You know, I'm not a parlay guy. I stay away from this shit. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm the type of guy who
Getting money don't make money, man.
if I dig a hole, I'm gonna keep digging a hole, man.
Man, John Mateer about to run this shit up. He was doing this shit, but yo.
Listen, I know John Mateer licking his chops because that case technically will get dismissed in some way, shape, or form, whatever it was, if it was that severe. But I know the second it's approved, it's basically like, bro, it's already legal now. You can't throw that shit away, bro. So, I mean, it's betting. I could care
It's
less.
basically a John Mateer rule, man. This is John Mateer rule. You don't know John Mateer, when he was a redshirt freshman at fucking Washington State, he had his Venmo transactions leaked a couple months ago, and he was basically like parlay for whatever or some shit, bruh. And he was basically he denied all this shit, bruh. Just to be fair, bruh. He said that wasn't him. I don't know, bruh. I guess it was another John Mateer in the world that was betting on fucking sports and shit. I don't know. But yeah, then we got the last topic. We got Stanford football. They're pretty ass this year. Surprise, surprise. They were receiving $50 million from a former player. This former player played in like 1964 or some shit, bro. So he got that old money, bro. He's flushing in. Also good to note, bro. Andrew Luck's the general manager over at Stanford football, bro. I remember him getting hired. Haven't seen much done because Stanford's ass, but hey, hats off to him, man. Yeah, how you feel? How y'all feel?
I guess that money going to the law school and at the point I don't know. I mean, when that my Stanford football is receiving 50 million of mine, but it's just like maybe it's for the player that's taking law school classes because shit, fucking Stanford not doing nothing.
Christian McCaffrey.
What about it?
Come on now. I used to stay up late to watch him play, bro. He would run all over any fucking defense, bro. Shout out to Pac-12, man.
I got nothing,
DJ?
bro. It's like, okay, more money, cool.
DJ?
Is it gonna make them better? Hell no, bro.
Yes, it is, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna make them better, bro.
Hey,
Hey, if that's the case, Oregon should have won 5 natties by now. Well, what the fuck are they doing?
They're right in the conversation every year. They're right in the conversation every year, bro. They can't take everybody.
Like who? Who's one of them?
What?
They can't take who?
What?
Them. They can't.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like.
it is.
Take,
My fault.
I'm talking about players, bro.
Oh.
I'm talking about they can't take every single player. That's
Oh.
good, bro. They grab.
I mean,
damn
they're
everybody,
trying. They're trying shit. They're damn near like a 90% success rate over there. Okay, if Oregon's in the top 3, top 5, not like that motherfucking going to Oregon, bro. If it's not Miami, Oregon, Texas A&M, bro, all you know that motherfucker's in it for the NIL.
they be cooking over there.
Oh
bro.
no! Oregon's there for the money and the uniforms, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody care
Come
about
on,
the
man.
drip.
They definitely do.
Drip, bro.
They
Gotta
definitely
look
do.
drippy, man. Honestly,
That's
I mean,
well
nah.
agreed.
This could actually like spark up a good start for Stanford. I mean, I'm not seeing nothing significant. I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna go in next year 12-0. They winning the whole shit, natty bound. No, I'm not.
They're grabbing
expecting
5 stars though. They're grabbing 5 and 4 stars off this, bro, for sure.
Hey, I mean, they could definitely pull some stuff. This could be the start. I mean, a lot can happen with a good donation like this. I mean, you could do a lot. Like you could send this. Like honestly, being actually in depth, you could actually upgrade like the overall like athletic program itself, like in football. Like get the better training rooms, better coaches, possibly. Like you could do actually some good stuff with this. Obviously, NIL in its own right will do its justice. Of course, I mean, it's a big topic now. Wouldn't see why it wouldn't play a factor here, but. Yeah, Stanford could be a spark. I mean, you can't go wrong, especially since you have Andrew Luck as like a former NFL guy being like in a sense involved with that football stuff. You know, he was in the league for what, like 8-9 years before he did that short retirement. Unfortunately for him, I mean, I wish he had a healthier career because he was actually a solid player in his own right. But this could be a spark. I would actually like that. I'm actually like interested, especially since I believe next year aren't they in the Pac-12? I'm not sure. Like, aren't they going back to the Pac-12? Yeah, next year aren't they going back to the Pac-12?
They're going back?
I don't exactly remember, but I mean they could. I mean this could be a good start. Good start for the thing. I know some teams are going to the Pac-12 starting next year into like 2 years, but I'm not sure. I could, like I said, I know I am spitting basically bullshit in terms of where they're going, but
Yeah.
I do know like the Pac-12 next year is gonna get some teams.
Pac-12.
They're getting Boise State. The Pac-12 is getting Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State,
Yeah, so
and obviously Washington State and Oregon State still there.
they're still there. So I mean,
What,
wherever conference they play at, I mean, this could shoot them basically to the top of the conference they play in. So honestly, good for Stanford. Honestly, it's not to see loyalty even that down far behind like the generation. So I'm
Behind this gift, they're naming a tunnel and gate after this guy. I don't know how much that matters, but again, Stanford's looking for a real head coach. They got an interim head coach, and he's saying, "I'm not gonna be there next year, bro." So good old James Franklin might put on that red and white next year, man.
Okay.
Budget to work with.
Yep. I mean, hey, James Franklin just need to do what what's his fucking name? The fucking Michigan head coach, something more, bro.
Sherrod Moore.
Sherrod Moore, yeah. I mean, just give fucking Bryson. If you gave Bryson with a fucking $1 million, go ahead and give fucking.
Game plan.
Write
Write it down.
What is that?
Okay, all right.
Game plan. Write down.
Okay.
Write down the game plan.
If he's able to give fucking Bryce Underwood $1 million, fucking James Franklin could give somebody $1 million, bro. Shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think this could be a turning point, bro. Depending on who their head coach is, bro. That job could potentially be like more good looking, I guess, bro. I don't know. $50 million to work with is a lot of fucking money, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Transfers, 4 or 5 stars, bro. Let's put the fries in the bag for Stanford, bro. We're in the ACC now. Let's look like it. Put fries in the bag. He's Franklin contract, yeah. Yeah. That buyout's gonna be insane. Yeah, that buyout's insane, bro.
Jesus.
I said fuck, bro. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Penn State, y'all stuck with them till 2031. Y'all is cooked. Jesus Christ. Y'all gonna, damn, just enjoy the whiteout, I guess. But Jesus. That's all y'all got going for yourself. Anyways, we all wrapped up, right? Alrighty, let's wrap it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been us. We've been the One Foot In podcast. Like I said, we are live right now. By the way, we started around 8 something. Like I said, we're live around 6, 8. The time I was around 8. Like I said, we're usually live by 8 or just a little bit after. But you know, you get the program. So if you guys are interested, you guys want to talk to us while we're live, hey, go down link description, click that link right under my name rack. It will take you to a link, and it should be the first link, which is my Twitch link. Go click over there, follow me over there. Cam VJ will be over here, obviously, in the One Foot In podcast, whatever we talk about, whatever the next week are. If you are not interested in being here live, we have 2, 3 other things that go up. We have the Plot Armor podcast that went up today. Well, technically, the day you're watching this on video is Friday. So yesterday, or on Wednesday, and then the day before that one, we had the One Foot In post game. When we took a look in what happened in week 6, and then the day before that on Monday, it was the Buckeye Fan Film Room. So if you're interested in those, all on videos form, about like an hour long. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, it's been the One Foot In. Appreciate you, Cam. Appreciate VJ for pulling up. If you guys from the YouTube side thing, if you guys make it to the end of the video, hey, consider clicking that subscribe button, also hit that like button while you're down there. But other than that, we appreciate all the support. We'll catch you guys whenever we catch you next. Peace.